قيام رمضان. وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يعتكف العشر الأواخر من رمضان حتى توفاه الله، ثم اعتكف أزواجه من بعده. So Aisha radiallahu anha narrated that the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam used to do i'tikaf in the last 10 days of Ramadan till he passed away sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And after that, his wives maintained that sunnah. So the i'tikaf basically is having the niyyah to stay in the masjid. And it is, it has a lot of rules that we will talk about in the next series of Hadeeth, inshallah. But it is the first rule that it is a sunnah muakkada. And certain madhahib, they emphasize it a lot. Some people say it has to be the 10 days. And Allahu A'lam, the strongest opinion that it could be for any amount of time. It doesn't have to be the entire 10 days. Someone can come in with a niyyah of i'tikaf and stay for an hour in the masjid. But the perfect sunnah is to do what the Prophet ﷺ did. In the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ had i'tikaf the first 10 days, and then Jibreel came in and said, what you're anticipating is ahead of you. So he did the second third of Ramadan, and he said, Jibreel told him, what you're anticipating is ahead of you. So he did the last third of Ramadan, and then he maintained that sunnah, meaning that's Laylatul Qadr, what he was anticipating. And she also said, رضي الله عنها, كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا أراد أن يعتكف صلى الفجر ثم دخل معتكفه. So when he wanted to start the i'tikaf, so he would pray the Fajr, so that's the beginning of the i'tikaf, قالوا من بعد صلاة الفجر, and he entered his place for i'tikaf. Anyone knows where he was, where this mu'takaf was?
The masjid.
Of course, in the masjid.
في خيمة.
Where? Right, but where exactly? When you go to the Rawha, you will find the post, right? And each one has a name of it, right? So that Ustuwanati Abi Lubaba. So next to Ustuwanati Abi Lubaba, that's where the mu'takaf of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it was very close to the Hujra, and this is what we'll explain in the following hadith, inshallah. وعنها رضي الله عنها قالت إن كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ليدخل علي رأسه وهو في المسجد فأرجله وكان لا يدخل البيت إلا لحاجة إذا كان معتكفا. So she also said that the Prophet ﷺ would pass his head to her so she can comb it, brush it for him. So that means the sarir, his bed, was close where she can reach out to his head and comb it for him, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And in a different narration, what does the other narration say? Even while she had the hayd, so she would reach out into the masjid, which is, that's the question, which is, what is prohibited for a haid to do in the masjid, to stay or to pray, but passing through is okay. And this is what Allah said, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَنْتُمْ سُكَارَى إِلَّا وإن كنتم جنبا فاطهروا إلا عابري سبيل. So if someone is passing through, is okay. That would solve the problem. Where some people insist that even passing through is not allowed. That is not true by the text of the Quran. And this is another indication. It's all about the purity and not contaminate the masjid. It's not about that person is, what other people understood this rule that the woman is impure, she cannot be close to the masjid, or that's not true. What's not pure is the blood, and if she's protected, then that's okay. So that's very important practical rule. And that would extinguish the fitna and avoid a lot of unnecessary obsessions and issues. This is an issue that came up in a different masjid, so don't have about it. And then he wouldn't enter his house unless he had a need. So they said the mu'takif, can he leave the i'tikaf? According to the Shafi'i, yes, for anything you can, because you can just say I want to break the i'tikaf and then start all over again. But if someone has had the i'tikaf for 10 days, then he wants to go for restroom break or to fulfill a need for his household, then it is okay. وعنها قالت, she said, رضي الله عنها, والسنة على المعتكف ألا يعود مريضا ولا يشهد جنازة ولا يمس امرأة ولا يباشرها ولا يخرج لحاجة إلا لما لا بد منه ولا اعتكاف إلا بصوم ولا اعتكاف إلا في مسجد جامع. So the last two sentences, this is not from Aisha radiallahu anha, this is from the narrator of the hadith. فيما روى أبو داود. So she also said radiallahu anha, and it is the sunnah, so it is not fadl, it is the sunnah for the mu'takif, that to stay in the mu'takaf and not to leave even to visit a sick person or to observe a janazah. And it is a sunnah also that not to have relations with the wife, and then not to leave unless there is a need and there is something has to be done. And some other scholars said that the i'tikaf requires that you have to be fasting, because there is i'tikaf also outside fasting. And it has to be in a masjid jami', where a masjid has 5 daily prayers, and some people said it has to have salatul jumu'ah. It doesn't make sense to have i'tikaf, right, and miss the daily prayers and miss the jumu'ah, or leave for another masjid. So, al-i'tikaf with a sawm, this is not required, because Sayyidina Umar actually, so he had made a vow to make i'tikaf one night in al-Masjid al-Haram. That was in Jahiliyyah. So the Prophet ﷺ asked him to fulfill it. And this is where the Shafi'iyya said, then it does not have to feast. Some people said it has to be at least 1 day and 1 night. And it was only 1 night. That's what the vow of Umar radiallahu anhu. So they said it can be a part of a day or a part of a night. And it wasn't in Ramadan, so it can be outside Ramadan, and it doesn't have to be associated with fasting. And they said it has to be in a masjid where you pray 5 daily prayers. And they said this is an exclusion for the woman, where she can have i'tikaf in the masjid of her home, meaning at home. So it is a sunnah for everyone to have a place to pray, right, at home. That's al-mihrab or al-musalla or whatever. So they said it is okay for her to stay at home. But obviously we narrated the hadith earlier where the wives of the Prophet ﷺ had their i'tikaf in the masjid. During the time of the Prophet ﷺ, you know the story, right? Where Aisha had a tent and she stayed in it. Prophet ﷺ was upset because they said it's just basically everyone is becoming jealous of one another. So he said, take it out. So, but after he passed away, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they maintained that habit. وعن ابن عباس أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ليس على المعتكف صيام إلا أن يجعله على نفسه. So this is another hadith that reiterates what we just said, that the Prophet ﷺ said, the one who's doing the i'tikaf, observing the i'tikaf, does not have to fast unless he has vowed to do so. So unless he wants to do so, it is not required. Clear? Now we'll move Itikaf and Laylatul Qadr, so we'll pass it on till next week, inshallah. Any questions? وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله والحمد لله.
No sleeping in the night.
What he's talking
The
about?
rules have not changed.
No, but say, I mean,
No, just
since we are talking about it, in this masjid you cannot sleep. You can stay all you want praying, but you cannot sleep. Administrative.
so.
رواه ابن الطيان.
No.